New developments today in the murder of Tricia Todd. The Martin County Sheriff believes they have found the tools used to dispose of her body.
Channel 5's John Shaman continues our team coverage right now with more from Hungryland Preserve in Hope Sound. John.
Well, Jay, Kelly, a number of discoveries were made today, not only in this canal, but also here along the canal bank, not far from where Tricia Todd's remains were discovered last week. Divers find a blade in the canal believed to be connected to one of two saws removed from the water a short time later, a reciprocating saw and a chainsaw.
Based on the condition of the torso that we recovered and the appearance of the bones, that it was some type of a mechanical device as opposed to a machete or a knife.
As one detective went along the canal bank, he noticed a human tooth. More searching in the area turned up 8 more. Divers also found a set of pliers at the bottom of the canal.
Appears to us to have been for the extraction of the victim's teeth.
The sheriff says he believes strangulation was the cause of death in this case. He told us today that hair was found on the tools pulled from the canal, and today's findings are essentially reinforcing their theories in this case.
We will be able to say beyond a reasonable doubt that those were the tools that were used in what Williams did subsequent to the homicide.
Sheriff Snyder says the teeth have been turned over to the medical examiner's office for a positive identification. Now, does this mean anything for the plea deal that the family had set with Williams, 35 years for second-degree murder? We'll look ahead and see if it makes any difference coming up in our next hour. We're live at the Hungryland Preserve in Martin County. John Shaman, WPTV News Channel 5.
John, thank you. Well, the dive team with the Martin County Sheriff's Office working in challenging conditions during today's discovery. The sheriff saying that his team was in that canal with gators. News Channel 5's Jason Hackett spoke with them after they came in from that challenging assignment. Jason.
Jay, that team says they've been together for years, and that teamwork came in handy today because conditions below the surface here were less than ideal. As they washed the muck off their gear, members of the Martin County dive team reflected on a search that was anything but easy.
With what we do, if you miss by an inch, you miss by a mile. You might as well not find anything.
Dive team members say today's search for evidence in the Tricia Todd case was a methodical one.
The muck was just 2 to 3 feet, if not more, deep.
That element, along with the potential for wildlife, including alligators in the area, providing a big challenge. Members of the Fish and Wildlife Commission were at the ready in case things took a turn.
Just have to be careful because you never know when an alligator is going to pop up on you.
Divers say most of their work is normally done by feeling around in water that is nearly pitch black. But today they caught a break.
Today we actually were lucky enough to have at times up to a foot of visibility today, which helped us out tremendously.
Justin also saying he was lucky to make a major find.
I almost missed that set of pliers today, to be honest with you. Caught it right out of the corner of my eye, went over. At first I thought it was actually just a stick sticking out. There's only about an inch of the pliers sticking out from the muck.
Circumstances of this case making their work here especially difficult.
It's kind of the last thing you think of before you go to bed, and it's the first thing you think of when you wake up in the morning. Nobody deserves to have done to them what happened to her.
And the dive team isn't sure if or when it will be back out here. They expect to be briefed on this case tomorrow morning. Live in Martin County, Jason Hackett, WPTV News Channel 5.